Hi guys, and welcome back to the Milkround Castmilk Youth Complex's very own podcast. We are now on a season 4, so welcome back everybody, and welcome to season 4. And we're on episode 40, guys. So how amazing is that?
Wow, I can't believe we're on episode 40 already. That's crazy.
I know, it's amazing. 40 episodes of the podcast. When we started this last year, we thought it would just be a wee thing running through the summer, but it's got bigger and better because of you guys. So first off, I want to thank you all for watching and tuning in and sharing our videos and subscribing to our channel, which if you've not subscribed, you should do right now. So you're on our YouTube channel, subscribe to it, ring the bell for notifications, like our videos and share them far and wide for us because that would help out a lot. You can get us on our social medias as well, which are...
It's Facebook, it's Kelly Youth Complex Staff, Instagram Youth Complex CYC, Instagram and TikTok are both youth_complex. And what you were saying earlier about the 40th episode, I need to check my dates because I'm pretty sure we're coming up onto a year anniversary of doing the actual podcast. So I need to check it. It might be this week, it might be next week, but it's very close.
It is close. I think it's nearer the end of the month. I checked it out
Okay.
yesterday. I checked our first episode out where we didn't know how to flow like this, guys. You know what I mean? We didn't know how to segue into different... Aye, exactly. But no, look how far we've come. We're smashing the podcast scene. Guys like Joe Rogan and that are watching us going, oh my God, these Milkrounders, have you heard of them? They're incredible.
We keep badgering us to come on.
We're going to get so much famous people on this season as well. So big, massive things are coming this season. And we're going to be the highest subscribed channel on YouTube soon. So really looking forward to that. But first, I would just want to say a big thank you to everybody watching, and thank you to all the guests who have came on. They've been brilliant. Especially, we left on the last one, so we usually say thank you to the last guest. So the last guest was Dana. Really appreciate you coming on, speaking to the young people about the work that you do with Young Scott and your PT work as well. It was a great episode. I did tune in, and I'm back, so I'm I was away for a while.
Woo, he's back. Guess who's back?
Back again. So I only turn up for the big games, like episode 40 and all that. So it's good to be back. Thanks very much for filling in, guys. You were brilliant. So we've just got a couple of things we want to go over about this season. Some people would maybe like to be on the podcast, so we put out a wee promo last week, and it told you a wee bit about things that are maybe coming up, so keep your eye out for some logos maybe that are coming up for the podcast. And Kirsty said in the promo last week, if you guys would like to be on the podcast as well, give us a shout on social media. We've got great interesting guests coming up. We've got a whole list of people that we want to bring on as well. We've met as a group and decided who we want to go on and what topics we want to talk about, but we still want your input for topics to cover and people to get on. And then we've not forgot about last season's challenge that Kirsty set me in the very first episode.
I know everybody's been on the edge of their seats wanting to know.
So what we decided was that would end that season of Kirsty versus Lee. So we've got a winner. Drum roll, please. I can't even hear a drum roll there, Kirsty. That was Yay! And Kirsty's a winner, so well done, Kirsty.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
She doesn't gloat much on Kirsty in there, she does, as you can see.
I'd like to thank my mom.
But well done, Kirsty. You done brilliant. Some challenges you just blew me away. So the horse challenge was exceptional.
They are so fun to do it, and you definitely like pushed me out with my comfort zone. So that was good. That was really, really good. What would you say is your favourite challenge that we've done together?
Well, I know my least favourite challenge, Kirsty, and that was the bogies. The bogies at Castmilk Shopping Centre.
That was possibly my favourite.
But my favourite has to be one that I won. I can't even mind what. Oh, my favourite has to be the song.
Oh, yes.
We made the song for the... Aye. Aye, and we've still got to try and coerce the music group into playing it for us at one point and maybe even recording it with our lyrics over it. So that'd be quite good. But aye, well done. A worthy winner, I would say. What do you think, Chris? You must have watched quite a lot of the challenges. What did you think of them?
I particularly watched the bogey challenge, which I think you're kind of get that personality, Lee, where I think it's you know, you've got that uncomfortableness about you when it comes to things like that. So that's why Kirsty won that. And I really shudder to think what would have happened if it was myself and Kirsty in the shopping centre.
I think we would have been barred. I think that's what would have happened.
You do get a disturbing the peace. Is that charged for something
Breach of the
like
peace,
that?
I think it is, isn't it?
Breach of the peace, yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
It would have been a weekend.
Doesn't bother me, and I'm pretty competitive as well. So it's a bad combination for that game, is it not?
Yes.
Well, maybe we could do Kirsty versus Kirsty in the future.
Or what if it was just like Milkround challenges of these?
Oh, need to rethink it. What do you guys think? What do you guys want us to do? Do you want it to stick it with Kirsty and Lee? Do you want us to kind of alternate all three of us? You decide. You tell us in the comment section below. That's quite good, isn't it? We'll get them involved.
Yes, definitely.
Aye, so that's Kirsty versus Lee, and just keep an eye out. We might actually make them different segments, so we might not make it all on the podcast. So keep an eye out on our social medias and our YouTube channel, because they might be standalone videos, just like the Bogies video was on our Facebook page on live. So keep an eye out for exciting things like that. Moving on, we'll go to our topic of nice news. So we try and bring you some nice news all the time, because the news is kind of terrible to watch right now. It was getting better, actually. So last year when we started this, it was terrible to watch, and then maybe midway through season 2 or something, it was also bad because we went into another lockdown. But it's getting better now because we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But our nice news this week is that the youth is back open. So there's 2 nights that were open. So will we jump to Chris first to speak about music group, and then Kirsty, could you speak about Job Club, and then I'll speak about the drop-in? Will we do that?
Sounds good. So yeah, music group is on Tuesday nights. We've actually previously had it was quite kind of closed off because we had quite a lot of people in at the one time. But the last few weeks we've been seeing some new faces, brand new faces and actually really good additions to the actual the group and stuff. They're like quite capable players, and I think that's always great, because the music group is probably more of a music performance group rather than a music tuition group. So we're kind of, I know it might sound, we're looking for young people that are already picked up an instrument or are already kind of got singing skills, with views to doing performances, basically, which is a really valuable kind of like learning thing when it comes to learning music, because when you get onto the stage, you learn so much more about your performance than you would have if you were just sitting in your bedroom, for example, just playing away and stuff like that. So, and that's always been my experience with it personally, having started playing guitar when I was like 14 years old, and pretty much a few months later playing my first gig and stuff like that. That's and it goes hand in hand, you know, with it. If you've got that kind of date to work towards, then it kind of, you get so much more done. Basically, you get so much more achieved when you're working to that kind of deadline. And although some young people find it, and even adults find the prospect of going on stage and performing in any shape or form quite terrifying sometimes, they're always glad when they come off and they've done it. Do you know what I mean? It's really kind of valuable. So the music group is running over 2 sessions. We have a 5 o'clock slot and we have a 6:30 slot on Tuesdays. You can contact us through our social medias and you can book a spot. I'm looking to bring in new faces in, so more than happy for you to come in. All I would say is maybe have some sort of active interest in music so that you can either sing or you can play something, like play a few chords, and we can build you from there. So, but if you're looking for something when it comes to music tuition, we're not really offering that right now. That's something that it's more music tuition works better in a kind of very much smaller kind of group settings and stuff like that. And also it's a bit of a kind of hit and miss element to it, because some people might like the idea of learning an instrument, but then we actually realize the amount of hours that you have to put into it. They might get put off by that, or particularly when playing guitar, their fingers get sore or something like that, and it's like, oh, I didn't realize that this would be quite as difficult. So as I say, it's a music performance group primarily, but if you've got any sort of established skills in music and you're able to play a few chords on whatever instrument, then we can use that and build a performance out of it. And you'll not be like asked to go up and perform on your own unless that's something that we agree. We can do it in a group setting. So if you're going up with a few people or in a kind of band setting, then that's all good as well. So that's the music groups Tuesdays, and we'll be running. Hopefully we won't get kind of locked down again, and we won't have to shut down operations this time. So yeah, that's where we're at.
And
That's
what
good.
I'm really looking forward to is another showcase.
Yes,
You must
definitely.
be learning
It's
so much
amazing.
through the lockdown.
It's so good
Oh, sorry,
seeing the
Kirsty.
young people grow in confidence. So there's some people that, like Chris will know, like they were terrified to perform, and they would maybe only perform like maybe as like a larger group. And then the last performance that you said, they were like a solo artist. Like, it's just amazing to see them kind of develop their skills. Another thing is that not everybody's got access to instruments as well. So you don't have to come with an instrument. You just need to know how to maybe start off with one. So you could use the instruments in the youth complex. But if you do have your own instrument, you can bring that along as well, which is good.
Yep, you can bring, for example, one of the newer group that came in this week was a left-handed guitar player. And unfortunately, we don't have a provision for that. We don't actually have a left-handed guitar. So it was great for that person to bring in their own guitar. But yeah, feel free to bring your own instruments. But we do have a good supply of, we've got acoustic guitars, we've got a ukulele, we've got a cajon, which is like a percussion instrument. It's like it's kind of like got a drum kitty kind of sound to it. We do have a drum kit. We're not currently using the drum kit right now because we're not allowed to use microphones yet. And you need microphones to be able to sing over a drum kit because it's extremely loud, basically. We've got bass guitars, we've got keyboards, the full range of instrument. And if there's anything that you do play that isn't in that list, we would wholeheartedly welcome you, because it just adds a different dimension to things if there's a different instrument apart from the ones I mentioned,
Definitely.
So.
Sounds brilliant.
Definitely.
So if you're interested, get on our social medias and book in for that. That can be on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Anything you want to book in with us, you can get us on there. So Kirsty, also on a Tuesday night, you run a job club.
Yep, so I've got Job Club, and that's on a Tuesday from 5 o'clock till 8, and you can book in, so it can be virtually or it can be in person, and we can do one-to-ones. So it can be looking for work, it can be developing your CV, it could be part-time work, it could be full-time work. Could do mock interviews, preparing you for that. It could be a personal statement for applying for college or uni. It can be applying for your funding and your SAS or your bursary, like the money side of things. They make those forms difficult for a reason, so don't be scared to ask for some help. And don't be embarrassed as well, because they do make the forms quite difficult. Applying for your school EMA as well, sometimes you need some support with that. We've helped people open bank accounts. You name it, I'll do it, I'll try. We've helped people with supporting them if it's like a young person getting like the Young Scot card, or applying for like a student bus ticket, things like that. So it's not just job, but it's the wider range of that. So use a wee message, or you can email me at kirstychapman@castlemilkyouthcomplex.com, just Facebook page or Instagram page or whatever, or a comment underneath, and you can say like, oh, can Kirsty reply, and we can sort something out, we can help you. And if I don't know, we'll learn together. That is the main thing, because that's how I know the things that I do know, is because I had to do it once with somebody, and sometimes it's a wee bit less daunting doing it with somebody else for that first time. And forms and stuff like that change all the time. So you might have you did your EMA at school, but you're now going to uni or college, and it's been a wee couple of years, like you're out of the rhythm of things. So I'm more than happy to help you.
Aye, brilliant. And guys, it's a free service as well, so come along on a Tuesday, book in, and you'll get great advice. You really do get the best advice, because Kirsty does a brilliant job up at the DYW in Castlemilk High School, and she really knows her stuff. It's not often we say that Kirsty knows her stuff, but
thanks. I was like that as well. A compliment from Lee. So Lee, you tell us what's happening in the other nights.
Aye, no problem. I was just going to say, because you had mentioned about commenting below on YouTube, see if people only use YouTube, we could even do answers in the next podcast or something, like a wee kind of Q&A if they do want to leave a question below.
That's a good idea, actually, aye.
Wee segment on that or something. So if you guys are interested in something like that, give us a shout as well. We'll just try and cater this to you guys, because we're all old and we don't know how YouTube works anymore and what's interesting is, so help us out.
And Chris is ancient.
Aye, sorry, Chris.
I resent that comment.
So, aye, on a Thursday night, we are also providing drop-in sessions. So just what you all miss about the complex is being in there and just taking part in silly activities on night-to-night times, and providing a drop-in service. So it is Stacey and Tony who are working on that most weeks, but right now I'm helping Tony out in that. So last week we had some young people in doing badminton, some Pictionary, some badly drawn movies, just daft games, and whatever you guys want to do, give us a shout as well, and we'll arrange it for you. So the slots are 4:30 or 6 to 8. Sorry, that's the two slots you can book into. So give us a shout on our social medias again if you want to book into them. Aye, so we're finally back in youth, guys. That's the nice news for this week.
We're back.
It's exciting.
And if you have been into some of the sessions, you will notice that there's maybe a couple of paintbrushes kicking about the place, and a couple of empty boxes and wee bits of wood and stuff that we're tidying away, because there's going to be a nice grand opening of some new shiny things in the complex. So watch this space. It's going to be exciting. I am buzzing for you all to see it. And every day that we go in, it's something new's been built, or a new aspect's been done, or we've all been in painting or jazzing it up a wee bit. So we're coming back from lockdown even bigger and better.
Aye, just like season 4 of the Milkround. There you go. That was good, Kirsty. You tied that in well, so you did. So also the cafe is open. That's correct, isn't it? For pickups, just
for takeaway. Yep.
Takeaway. Yep. So I think you book online as well. So you book,
so
or you can
on
phone ahead.
the cafe Facebook page, you can put in your order from 10 o'clock, and you can pick up from 11.
Aye. So speaking about that cafe, that's made me awfully hungry. So I better tell you guys what's in my belly and what's on my telly.
Oh!
That's good as well. See, I've not lost it. I know I was away for a while, but I've not lost it. Right? So we're going to do what's on my telly and what's on my belly, and I've got some stored up for a couple of weeks, because I've not been with you guys for a couple of weeks. So this is an exciting part of the podcast. So who would like to go first this week?
Well, Lee, I think you've got me all excited now. I want to hear yours. Go for it. Hit us.
I feel bad because I bigged it up there and it's actually rotten. So I'll make it as good as possible, right? Okay, so what I've been watching is this amazing, incredible show. No, right, okay. So I don't know if you've ever seen the horror movies, the Purge franchise, The Purge.
I've seen the first one.
Yeah, I don't watch them.
Aye, Kirsty's a big shite bag, so she wouldn't be watching that. So, what did you think of the first one, Chris?
I didn't really like it. It was just like
No.
a bit daft.
Right, okay. Aye. It is daft, but it is also quite a clever concept in my opinion. Because the way sometimes America's gone, this is just my views, but
Yeah.
it's not the views of the complex, right? But the way America's gone, some years you're like, this could actually happen, the Purge. So basically, if you've not seen the Purge is this kind of modern, what do you call that in the future? Set in the future. What is that called?
Futuristic.
It's not dystopian, is it?
Dystopian, no.
Dystopian,
That's what I was
aye,
going to say,
it is, aye.
dystopian.
A dystopian show, but it's not really sci-fi or anything. It's just years from now, they think that America, they don't think, but there'll be new founding fathers who will try to change the image of America. And they've brought in this law, this day, well, one day of the year, crime is legal for 12 hours. So 7 at night to 7 in the morning, you can do anything you want. No, it's an 18, so I'm recommending this to our older members and viewers and subscribers. But so there's 4 movies, but what I've actually been watching, what's been on my telly, is the Amazon Prime show, The Purge. So they made the
Okay.
4 movies, and then they thought, nah, we've not got enough money. We need to make more to get in more money because we're not rich enough sitting on this idea. So it's like Blumhouse Productions, who do a lot of horror movies and stuff, and they've brought out 2 seasons of The Purge. In the first season, we watched it and binged it and loved it. It was brilliant. So if you like the movies, I would say go and watch it. And I think, Chris, the first movie is probably the worst out of the 4. So I'd
Is
maybe,
it seriously?
aye, I would
That's
say,
unusual because it's usually
The opposite.
they're usually the rule of diminishing returns and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
aye, aye. So like Milkround season 4, but is the best out of the 4 seasons. So
Oh,
we don't get worse. We get worse. The Milkround don't get worse. But aye, I would say The Purge. You gotta watch if you're over 18 because there's some mad stuff in it, like mad concepts. I don't know who can write stuff like that, like who can come up with different ways of killing people and crimes that you can commit. It's a bit creepy.
is it
But anyway,
scary?
aye, that's what it's about. Scary. So the movies are probably scarier. The series is probably more psychological
Right.
because you're
Oh, aye.
thinking, would this actually happen? I could like. Do you like psychological thrillers and horrors and stuff
No,
like that?
because then I have nightmares and think it's going to happen.
Right. Okay. Aye. Fair enough. Right. Aye. So avoid it, Kirsty. It's not
Okay.
for you. But aye, Chris maybe get a bash. So that's what's on my telly this week. What's in my belly is, so I've had enough time to kind of think a lot because I've been on for weeks. But what's in my belly is something I'm going to have tonight to watch a wee movie, and it's a snack.
Mhm.
You like Skittles?
Oh, we love Skittles.
You love tasting the rainbow.
100%.
One of your favourite things to do. What about sour Skittles?
Oh, the green ones.
Aye, the green packet.
Yes.
How good are they?
So
Aye,
good.
so that's what's in my belly, a green packet of sour Skittles. And it's got to be the big bag, because see the wee bag that you get? Like a normal packet of Skittles
Yep.
are probably like that size.
Mhm.
No, I get like the share bag and have them all to myself in the one night.
Oh, do your jaws
And
mop your heart
just-
after it?
I think I'm used to it now, because I've ate that much. The flavours are so much better than actual Skittles. So you've got like
Yes.
pineapple, cherry, sour
Yeah.
apple,
Ugh.
raspberry.
Oh, the raspberry
Ugh.
ones. Dynamite.
This isn't having it. Doesn't agree.
Yeah.
Nah. Do you like them?
Nah, I suppose I'm not really into. I'm. I should probably say that, but I'm not really into fruit, any kind of fruit at all. So by being into Skittles is just like fruity chews, isn't it? Fruity, chewy, crunchy things.
Aye.
So I suppose I've got a bit of a jaded view. But when you said pineapple, you opened with pineapple and cherry. I was like, no to that.
Fair enough. Fair. But I think it's mostly just sugar that's in them. I don't think there's
Oh,
any natural
100%.
flavourings. But aye, that is what I go for, a pound bag of sour Skittles. So they're not in my belly yet, but once we finish recording here, I'm going straight in and probably demolishing the whole pack.
Brooke's not
That's
getting
me
any.
this week. So. No, she isn't. She's not got a look in. She doesn't get to touch the bag. So we pass it. You're in, Kirsty, and see what's on your telly and what's in your belly.
Yep. So what's been on my telly is, which I think by the looks of Facebook. Everybody was watching it on Sunday. It was Line of Duty. Now, I love me a wee bit of Martin Compston. And it was just the biggest letdown of a finale of the biggest series ever. Like, honestly, I was raging. Me and my pals were on the group chats. We're all voice recording, being like, what is that? Like, raging. I was so annoyed. But you did find out who, like, so basically, if you've not seen it, they're trying to find out who these, like, corrupt police officers are. And there's this, there's, like, guys that are called H. So they've, like, each season you found another H, but this was like the missing H guy that you're looking for, and you found out who he was. Now, me and some of my pals have got a wee conspiracy thinking that can't be it. It was too easy. It was rubbish. So there's got to be a spin, and it was quite open-ended, even though they packed away all the, like, resources and everything like that, and even though, like, Vicky and Martin Compston were all on social media saying, no, that's it, done. I'm just hoping that there's another season, because I don't know what I'm going to do with myself on a Sunday night. It was amazing. So
I don't watch the programme personally, but Kira does, and you can hear her whooping and shouting every time on a Sunday about, oh my God. And for the last, God, I don't know how long it's been on, for a good while, hasn't it? So I just leave her to it. So I'm just like, I don't even watch it, because I know what it's like if you're right into a programme like that and you get somebody going, who's that? What do they do? And all that sort of stuff. So I really do know that. But I was just sitting in the living room. I was playing the Nintendo Switch, which was actually for my daughter's Christmas, but it's now for my Christmas. And I looked up, and even I could get the sense that it was a bit of a letdown.
So bad.
Especially when they revealed the last H was H from Steps.
Wow.
Spoilers.
Spoiler. We'll need to put, like, a caution warning. Oh man, I was so disappointed. But there's going to be a new programme coming out with Martin Compston in it. And it's
the same people that make the show as well.
Yes, so I'm quite excited about that, if that's going to be as good, if not better. So fingers crossed, and that might be what's on my telly.
And he's got his Glaswegian accent out as well for that one, I believe.
And he's wearing a uniform as well. What more can you want?
That's it, eh?
Living life.
Is he no Glaswegian?
What?
What was that? Sorry?
Is he no Glaswegian in Line of Duty?
No.
Oh, he's London, mate. London.
Well, is he?
Yeah.
I don't watch it as well. I'm the same as you, Chris. I don't watch it, but I just thought he was like a wee Glaswegian in that, because that's what he's only good at, I think.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. You've got a kind of look of him about you. Well,
I'll take it. In fact, I'll probably take it.
If he gets a bit more famous, you could be like a looky likey.
No, not a chance. Lee looks not like him. I'm not saying you're no good looking or anything like that, Lee, right? But, like, you've got a beard and dark hair. That's the only thing that's the same.
Well, that's what I was saying. There you go. Tick.
Aye. So when he comes on the podcast later this season, then I can tell him I don't like him, and we'll aim to get him on, right? We'll do that for
If
Kirsty.
that actually happened, I think I would pee myself.
Right, okay. Well, maybe not have you on then.
No, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. I think I'd be your fangirling, being like, oh my God.
Right, so that's enough about my lookalike and doppelganger. Okay.
So
what's in your belly?
In my belly. So recently, I don't know if you know, but the cafe's opened. So I've been pure buzzing. And during Easter, we have got, like, pizzas that are on the menu. So I was looking forward to trying some pizza. Now, a spicy chicken pizza. Oh, it's so good. out of cafe. You can even get a Hoffa pizza and chips. It's actual dynamite, buzzing, so good. Tell me about a topping, and like we're on for it. Like challenge accepted. It's so good. So get
Well,
down
you're
with my
speaking to
pizza.
pizza connoisseur. I don't know. Have you tried it yet, Chris?
Yeah, I've tried it. Yeah. So
Where does it rank?
oh, that's a loaded question, Lee. I think it's for I think for a quick pizza and for the price that they're charging it's a really good deal. It's a really good deal. You're getting a kind of freshly made pizza. I think we're still trying to we're still experimenting. I'm speaking to some of the cafe staff about some of the bits and pieces. But it's a great first start, and it's, as I say, it's really, if you're a hungry teenager, for example, and sometimes they've come down from the school at lunchtime, that will definitely do the job. So aye.
Or a hungry adult.
Yeah.
So then, Chris,
Chris, what is it? All right, you take my joke. All
Sorry,
right. Oh, I
sorry.
wasn't on for 2. I wasn't on for 2 weeks, and Kirsty's like, "Oh, I'll just fucking take his job."
So asleep. There you go. There you go.
I'll just take your job then and start the swear words, right?
Well, I noticed.
So, Chris, what is on your telly and what's in your belly?
Okay, so what's on my telly first foremost? It was May the 4th yesterday, which is a very kind of nominal date for some people. May the 4th, the Star Wars celebration day, and usually they either have some sort of big announcement, or in this year's case, they have a new series. It's an animated series called The Bad Batch. They were introduced in the last season of the Clone Wars. Now, just to give you a wee bit of background, a lot of people have maybe watched the recent big movies and the kind of sequels, for lack of a better term, and maybe been left a wee bit disappointed by them and stuff like that. But a lot of people's faith had been restored in Star Wars because of The Mandalorian, which I've recommended in the past on here. And it's something even I know that my friends who aren't really into Star Wars have watched and really enjoyed The Mandalorian. So a guy, the main kind of guy that kind of makes The Mandalorian is called Dave Filoni, who basically was the one that was responsible for doing the animated stuff previously. So the Clone Wars, George Lucas directly approached him to do the Clone Wars, and this guy is he's a Star Wars fan. When you see him getting interviewed, he's a proper fanboy. So there's a lot of love and attention put into the animated series, which carried through into The Mandalorian, which is, I don't care if you're not a Star Wars fan, go and watch it because it's great. It's really great stuff. So much in the way of the animated stuff. So this is an animated spin-off called The Bad Batch. They were introduced, as I say, in the last season of the Clone Wars, and they are mutated clones that have different kind of attributes, physical or mental attributes, that make them quite a formidable force. And it is also set right after the conclusion of the Clone Wars, which is round about when, like, the start of the original films, roughly, when the Empire rises and stuff like that. So it's a relatively unexplored bit of the timeline as far as Star Wars is concerned. So it'll be interesting. I've watched the first episode, and it's typical quality from Dave Filoni. Even though it's animated, I would say if you're an adult and you're into Star Wars, it's all well worth watching. All the animated Star Wars stuff is really well worth watching if you're a proper Star Wars fan. So that was on, the first episode of that came out yesterday for May the 4th, May the 4th. And there's going to be lots of new, on the back of the success of The Mandalorian, there's going to be a lot more TV properties being released in the coming time. So I know Ewan McGregor is signed up for an Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, which I just think is going to be amazing, because a lot of people totally slated the prequels for whatever reason, but one of the shining lights of the prequels was Ewan McGregor's portrayal of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and also Ian McDermott's portrayal of the Emperor was just, and I would say they were shining examples of that. So to have a TV series based around Obi-Wan Kenobi, his time in Tatooine before he made contact with Luke Skywalker as a young adult, I think it's just, there's so much you can explore there, and if you're a proper Star Wars fan, so I'm really excited about that. There's a few things that are coming out, so that'll be live action. There's another one coming out, so that it's quite exciting as far as Star Wars is concerned from a TV point of view, and I think that's what you'll see a lot of over the next few years. It'll just mainly be TV enterprises from Star Wars, so it'll be like live action and animation releases. I can't see any films being released anytime soon, but I could see lots of that happening, and I think that might restore people's faith in the Star Wars franchise a wee bit. So I think it's taken a bit of a beating since those new films came out.
Right,
so
okay.
Good stuff.
Aye, brilliant.
You
Sounds
can tell I'm not really into Star Wars, can you?
Don't enjoy it. So what's in your belly, Chris?
What's in my belly? So something that we quite enjoy. You know, sometimes the simple things. Like I know I can go quite fancy, but this time it's just like a really simple thing from the supermarket. A minced round.
Oh yes.
A minced round with beans and chips is
Yes.
just, and our whole family love it. So, and it's a really actually they're quite cheap to buy. I like the one in Lidl. It's only 99 pence for a minced round in Lidl. And that could potentially feed up to about maybe 3 adults, 2 greedy adults, which I am one of those greedy adults. So it's a really cheap dinner, and it's just really nice. I've got a bit of a cough now, and it's just nice comfort food for.
What is it, Chris?
A minced round is effectively, so it's kind of like the idea of a steak pie, but instead of like beef stew that's in it, it's beef mince that's in it, and it's a round shape. That's about the only kind of difference, and it's nice, you know.
It's just like a mince pie type thing. So good.
Basically, yeah, mince pie.
Good to me. I'll maybe be checking that out then. So that's what's on our tellies and what's on our bellies. So if you agree that I look like Martin Compston, or you agree that The Line of Duty had a terrible ending, or if you're looking forward to this new Star Wars series coming out on Disney, then leave a comment below and tell us what's on your telly and what's in your belly as well in the comment section or on our social medias. We'll read them out at the end. So that's kind of our first episode back, but we do have the dreaded quiz. Now, we've not got a guest this week, so it's going to be Kirsty versus Chris. And I watched the quizzes for the last podcasts, the last 2 that I wasn't on, and I would have beat Kirsty, Nicole, Kirsty and Dana at the quizzes. I would have. Kirsty, I don't know what happened to you, but...
don't know, like it's the pressure, it's like an exam, like you could ask me the questions like in general chit chat and I'd be like, oh aye, rhyming it but honestly it's the pressure of the Milkround.
I think it would.
I can't handle
it. But also you end up winning the sports one, didn't you? Is that correct?
Aye, how did that happen?
I don't know. That would have felt like
right, Lee, can I just get, now that you're on it, the sports quiz, I get heavily slagged off for the questions that I came up with in that sports round. I thought they were reasonable.
They were reasonable, very reasonable.
And I thought, like, personal trainer must be into sport.
Aye, exactly.
No, obviously not.
No.
Oh well, no, I think you were a great quiz host, Chris. You were.
Why,
definitely,
thank you.
Chris.
But you're an even better question answerer. So
no.
You're up against Kirsty. And see, before we started recording, I told you I only had 5 questions, right? And then you've maybe noticed that I've been looking down at my phone a wee bit. I just thought to myself when one of you said something, I could add another 5 questions to deal with this thing, right? So this is our first episode back for a wee while, right?
Okay.
So the first half of the quiz, all the answers are going to contain the word return.
Okay.
Right? He's all right with that? That's 5 questions. So who wants 3 questions that contain the word return, and who wants 2?
I want
I don't
2,
mind.
obviously.
I don't
You want
mind.
2, obviously, right? So that means Chris goes first. Okay,
Sure.
you all right with that?
Yep, I'm fine.
Right. Okay, Chris. Question 1. Now remember, they contain the word return. All these answers.
Okay.
So, name the 3rd volume of Lord of the Rings.
The Return of the King.
Is correct. That's 1-0. 1-0 to Chris. Now, the same rules still apply, so if you get it wrong, it gets passed over. All right. So, question 2 goes to you, Kirsty.
Okay.
Which Elvis song, released in 1962, features in the film Girls, Girls, Girls?
Is that also called The Return of the King?
It's no. I get what you were thinking there, but because
It's a
he's
good
the
answer.
king, it's pretty good. But we'll pass it on to Chris. Chris, do you know it?
I have absolutely no idea.
No.
No.
But if I give you like a wee line of it, so
Go on then.
give a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. Bright and early next morning,
Oh my
he
god.
brought the
Return to sender.
Return
Aye,
to Sender.
aye.
Yeah.
Do do
Return to
do
sender.
do do.
Aye. We didn't get it, so unlucky. So,
Oh man.
so question 3 goes to you, Chris. So first, you're probably kicking yourself now because question 3 is name episode 6 of the Star Wars films.
Episode 6 is Return of the Jedi.
Is correct. So it's 2-0. Kirsty, see if he says I want 3 questions on return. You would have had that one and Chris wouldn't have got it so easy. Okay, Kirsty, this is to get one back. Name the pub in Coronation Street.
Rover's Return.
Rover's Return is correct. Well done.
Woo.
So it's 2-1. But we move back to Chris, see if he can extend his lead. So, Chris, can you give me the name of a 1996 number 1 UK single by Mark Morrison?
Return of the Mac.
Is correct.
Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac.
I think the music group.
I'm dying. No.
Well done. That was
See when
good.
you
So
said,
3-1.
see when you're saying about return questions, I thought, I hope he's got Return of the Mac as an answer. And he
Like your
did.
karaoke song.
Could you not tell?
The dance routine and everything. I love
That's
it.
like all the people that were starting to think about coming along to the music group have now just went, nah, sack that.
Patching it. They were halfway through writing a message to the social media. Can I book it?
Cancelled.
Nah, patch. Aye. So the next 5 questions, somebody said, I think it was you, Chris, said about sequels getting us. And I thought, I could give them a sequel and they have to tell me the original film.
Oh.
So that's the next 5 questions.
Oh, that's
Aye.
interesting.
Oh, okay.
So first of this question's for you. Try to bring it back to 3-2. So you get the first one and it's Fury Road.
I don't have a clue. Is that?
Don't have a clue.
No, don't know.
So wait, the first movie came out a long time before Fury Road came out. And it's still got the original title in it, but like a wee kind of tagline almost. Nah.
But the same as Fury Road.
Aye, so it says the original title, but then semicolon Fury Road.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, right. So we'll pass it to Chris to take a 4-1 lead.
So we don't need another hero here. Do you know what I mean? We just have to have the Thunderdome, but the actual original film was Mad Max.
It's Mad Max was the original. Well done. So it's 4-1 to you, Chris.
I just want to kind of segue off into that a wee bit because, like, the reason I'm saying so, Mad Max had 3 films originally. I think was it 3, yeah. And the last one was Return to the Thunderdome, which it had Tina Turner as the kind of main kind of baddie in it. I think maybe.
Right, okay.
And she also released a song, "We Don't Need Another Hero." You might have heard it before. It's a classic from that kind of 80s, early 90s kind of genre. But my pal he had a big thing for kind of Tina Turner, and that was he did this little kind of Tina Turner trilogy of songs, and that was what he finished with. We don't need another hero on the guitar, so yeah.
Love
Love
it.
it. But Mad Max Fury Road is awesome. It's probably one of the best of the whole four of them, to be honest. It's got Charlize Theron in it, and what's his face?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yeah.
Oh, well, I need to watch it now.
It's some good stuff, man. It's really good.
Tom Hardy's a great actor because in that he's got something over his face the whole time. In Dunkirk, I think he's got something over his face the full time. In The Dark Knight Rises, he's got something over his face the full time. So,
so he handled the whole mask situation fine.
In Mad Max Fury Road, I think he had it for a good portion of the film, but I don't think he had it the whole time. But
no, it's not a whole.
In that film, originally the director wanted to release it in black and white only,
right?
Because it was because of the way it was shot and stuff like that. So I think there is a version of it in black and white as well. It's like a DVD extra or something like that, you know. So
cool.
It's a good film.
I agree. You'd have done well when the masks came into play last year. You'd have been wanting a bit like, I'm God's reckoning. So this question goes to you, Chris, and I think you can win it here. So let me work this out. This would be question 7. So 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 4 questions left, and you are 4-1 up. You could win it.
This is why Lee is the quizmaster, Kirsty, because I wouldn't even been able to start to go, whose question is it next? Even, do you know what I mean? I'm like, is it your question next?
I think there was one with Dana that you asked her a question, and then it got passed to Kirsty, and then you went, right, so Dana, it's your question. And Kirsty was like, no, it's not.
No.
I'm going to get it right, but it's still mine.
So, Chris, to win the first quiz of season 4, we might keep a wee tally, actually, like we've done with Kirsty versus Lee.
Yes.
If you guys are going to be quizzing against each other. This one is Judgment Day.
Judgment Day is the Terminator.
The Terminator's correct. Well done, Chris. Winner of the first quiz of season 4. Episode 40 goes to the OG of the podcast. The man who brought it all together.
The Chrisinator.
I think I was really lucky with those questions, though, because that's all stuff in my backyard, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like all that kind of sci-fi kind of genre of films.
I feel as if Lee was just being a wee bit special for you there.
Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I think if you decided to get 3 questions, you would have got Return of the King, the Lord of the Rings book and movie.
No, I wouldn't have.
No?
No.
You would have got a Star Wars episode.
I would have got that.
And you would have got Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac.
No.
What?
No.
Right, okay. You know what it is? You're just shite at quizzes.
Some people just don't handle pressure well, okay?
It's the pressure of the Milkround. No, it isn't. You're just shite.
It is. Too much lactose.
Oh, that's poor. That's poor.
That was poor.
I bet there's some guests that are like, nah, I'm lactose intolerant. Can I come on? Just so they don't have to listen to us, man. So that is episode 40 done, guys. Thanks very much for watching again. Season 4 started pretty well. I think we went back into it, we flowed quite well there, because it's 3 weeks without an episode, so we've not recorded in a while. 2, 3 weeks. We had Easter then. 3 weeks.
3 weeks probably.
So I've not been on it for a long time, so thanks for having me back on. You've helped me ease me into it, so he's made it easier for me. So next week we'll hopefully have a guest on for you guys to see. As we says before at the start of the episode, if you guys have got any topics that you want covered or any guests you would like on, then you can hit us up on our social medias, and they are.
It's Kelly Youth Complex Staff for your Facebook. Twitter is Youth Complex CYC, and Instagram and TikTok are both youth_complex.
Brilliant. Please subscribe to our channel, ring the bell for notifications, share it all over your social medias, like the videos, that would help us out a lot. It will just make us a wee bit more popular on YouTube, and we'll be taking over PewDiePie and whoever else is up there at the top in no time. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.